Riding from Memphis to Dallas was eye-opening. It was the first time we were really able to open up the bikes and see what they could do. The stock suspension on the Indian was good, but not great. Jacqui was really starting to feel the rough roads and the miles on her back and shoulders. We knew there were options out there for a suspension that was better suited for long-distance rides, so we stopped into Suspended by Smarty in Rose City, Texas, just outside Dallas. Carol Burks, also known as Smarty, is a master of motorcycle suspension. He's been working with race bikes, baggers, and every other style of bike for decades. He recommended some incredible Ohlins shocks for the Scout and customized the suspension specifically to Jacqui's height and weight. Was even able to tweak the shocks in the Triumph to give me an even smoother ride.
I love that you're ahead of the curve on that, because you're right. I've been in Powersports now for maybe 12 years. Nowhere near. I'm not trying to make that comparison. No. But I never heard anything about performance bagger until it was a thing. And then I was like, I love me some inappropriate bike racing. So watching these ridiculous things go around the track is like all yes for me. And now it's completely turned the industry on its head, and everyone's talking performance parts and suspension, which I'd never really heard a lot about. Back for years and years. Yeah. With V-twin, everyone's about hopping it up. Hot cams, boring out, over boring, power, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, whatever. That's all I ever heard. I never heard a single person say a thing about suspension. And then now we're actually having that conversation.
Let's flip-flop it. It was always mufflers, then a breather, and then the cam, and grips, all that.
Yeah.
Now the first thing they want, suspension. Because all that power, if you don't have a bike that handles, you're not going to be able to get it to the ground and do the things you want to do.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yep. Agreed. That's awesome.
Cool.
I love that. That's super cool. I'm so glad we had a chance to stop by.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad we're going to have a chance to make this Indian Scout 60 more comfortable.
Yes.
I'm not trying to performance bagger nothing. I'm trying to save my back and get across America. That's what I'm trying to do.
I think we may have the answer to your problem. I think we might.
So, how was it?
Oh my God. Okay, now look. I'm not just saying this because this Carol guy seems like a very nice man. And that completely changes that whole motorcycle.
Really?
Like, no joke. It's like, I wish you could put a set on yours.
Really?
Yeah. I have ridden that bike without upgraded suspension, and it is like a soft tail. It is not a very pleasant experience, particularly over potholes and things. You couldn't even feel them. Like, it's ridiculous. Yes, I'm a total convert. I'm sold.
Awesome. It's gonna save your back?
And it's gonna save my back. I'm so pumped. I was aiming for potholes.
Really?
to try to test it, honestly.
That's awesome.
I was like, let's see what this guy's talking about. Let's see if he actually knows what time it is.
I wish I could get that for my bike too.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, well.
Well, yours already has. You could ask him just to adjust them. You already have Ohlins. Just ask him to adjust them.
That's a good idea. Ooh, I wonder if he can make them.
Of course he can.
Yeah.
You just have to measure your sag. So you might need to push that. I would push that up.
Yeah.
So he could do it in the shop where it's nice and cool.
Yeah.
It has got to be at the top of people's lists of things that they got to do for the bikes, for themselves.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, I already told the dudes I was purposely aiming for potholes just to try.
I meant to tell you not to do that. Because it skews your take of it.
No, I mean, there are no potholes. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean, though.
Trying to find bounces because normally I would be fighting to stand up, going over those, because I know what that bike feels like without it. Like you need to be standing up or you're.
Because it's just going to boop.
Yeah.
Just that sharp. Yep. And
No,
you got a chance with the little bridge you cross.
It's like a little one.
That's what I mean. It's like nothing, though.
No.
It's nothing. I mean,
awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, that is awesome.
And then I have one more favor because I couldn't help but notice that Patrick also has Ohlins on his Triumph. Is there any way I could ask you nicely to adjust them?
Yeah.
Because he's on the struggle bus on that bike, and I think it's just set wrong.
Oh, I guarantee it is. I guarantee. Yeah.
From factory, they aim for like the middle, but not everyone's in the middle.
No. Okay, so what we do is Suspended with Smarty, and I take this really seriously. I actually set you deeper in the sag than Ohlins does, and because I'm being exact, I'm not sending them out saying ready to ride.
Yeah.
I'm sending them out going, this is close. Now do these measurements, and I want you to do this, and then they'll call. And so it's just like I did it with them here.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll do to you. We'll adjust that one.
Thank you. I know that wasn't on the menu, but I got off and I was like, I wish you had these, and then I looked at his bike and I'm like, oh, you do have these actually.
Yeah. Let's do that. On your compression, usually what you want it to do, you want it to be an all-around good setting. And what I mean by that, it's how fast when you hit a bump you go down. And so you don't want it stiff and you don't want it soft because it'll let you go down too fast. But like I tell people, the rebound is where the ride is. And what I mean by that, it's not how fast you go down that really controls, it's how fast it tries to chunk you back up. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
that's
like
what kicks you off. That's exactly, that's what kicks you off. And usually if we can get a good compression on it, that's firm, but not too firm. If you got the spring too far up, you never get down to where you can grab the valving and use it.
Gotcha. To where the rebound is.
That's right.
Gotcha.
That's right. And that's what you want. If I've got you set right on a medium hard bump, you'll be kissing the bump stop and you won't feel it. And you'll use all that rebound to slow you down coming up. And that's what makes it feel what that ride like you felt a minute ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where the key is, you know.